Do you know what Article 10 is of the Human Rights Act?
You are causing me, personally, harassment and alarm by filming here.
Go talk to Lord Justice Bean about it. The police have a much higher threshold.
To leave and then you're going to go.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Arrest me?
Yes,
you're going to arrest me? Pardon?
Are you doing your news piece?
Just having a look at your cars now, really. Just saw his PC was idling up there, and I figured she was going to be coming out in a second. So, yeah, just waiting for... Oh, my days. Hang on, so we got an inspector, a PC?
Yeah.
PC? Inspector. So we've got 4 police officers for a man with a camera.
Right.
But it's quite intimidating, isn't it, having 4 people come out?
Well, there's private vehicles there as well as vehicles that are unmarked.
Sure, but
I'm just wondering what your purpose is.
But it's quite intimidating having 4 officers come out and accost somebody with a camera.
You're here on police premises.
Yeah, but like 4 people.
We need to establish whether there's a security issue.
Okay.
So, do you want to talk to me about what you're here for? I've got no issue with you filming, but as I've said, there's private vehicles.
Yeah, it's not my intention to get those. If they're in the background of a shot, they're in the background of a shot. But I'm not here to. I'm not
doing a news piece. Do you want an interview? I'll talk to you if you'd like to have an interview.
Not particularly. No, just want to have a look around. That's all. Just like to look around.
I saw you obviously trying to walk around there. So I was just wondering.
You should be careful with the information that you say like that, because I wasn't trying to walk around there.
At the beginning, an inspector walks up to the auditor with 3 other officers beside her. She first says that filming is not an issue, but then quickly changes the topic to the privately owned cars in the parking lot and talks about privacy concerns. Another officer then claims the auditor tried to enter a restricted parking area. That statement sounds more like an accusation than a simple observation. Even though nothing illegal can clearly be seen happening, the officer's comments create the impression that the auditor may have been planning to cross into a restricted area, giving them a reason to step in and making the situation suspicious right away.
I was stood there for a good 4 minutes watching you in your vehicle, and I saw the sign saying no unauthorised access. So don't tell me that I was trying to walk places where I wasn't. Be careful with things like that.
Have you got the footage that you need?
I'm not sure yet, to be honest.
Okay, but I'd like you to leave, because as I've said, there are private vehicles there. But you've got some footage. You've got enough. There's nothing.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the footage that I was getting was actually interrupted by the PC stopping and coming out. Okay. But so I'll probably wait around to see if any more vehicles come in or out. See if I can get one on blue lights.
You shouldn't do that, because as I've said, there's private cars coming in and out. Officers don't want you recording them coming and going from duty, because that presents a potential security risk.
They shouldn't drive to work then, really, should they? If they're that concerned.
You have no business to film the private areas that are off limit to the public.
I have every business to film anything that's visible from a public area.
But my point is, you shouldn't be going up there, which is what you've done.
I haven't gone past the signage where your signage is. It doesn't say the signage. The signage is the signage here saying that I can't go further than this. Or is the signage there saying I can't go further than there?
The inspector keeps mentioning the private vehicles as if that alone stops someone from filming in a public place. But the cars can easily be seen from an open public area, and recording what is visible from there is usually legal. By repeating this point, she seems to suggest the auditor is too close to a restricted section, preparing the ground for further action. She then says, "You've got enough footage," even though that is her personal opinion, not a legal rule. Right after that, she repeats her colleague's claim and warns the auditor not to continue. She never personally saw him cross any boundary or checked the signs herself. Instead, she confidently repeats a claim she has not verified. The auditor calmly replies that he understands the layout and says the restricted zone starts much farther ahead. He insists he stayed outside that area and believes the rules are on his side.
My personal use, public interest.
Well, my personal vehicle is there, and I'm asking you, from me to you as a private individual, I'm not comfortable with you violating my personal space.
It's not your personal space. It's
my vehicle there, my private vehicle is there, and I'm not comfortable with you filming that.
Well, if you hadn't announced that it was your private vehicle, nobody would ever have known.
I'm telling you it is, so
no, you
are
doing now.
To stop. Yeah,
well, I'm not going to. It's in a public area.
In which case you'll have to be removed to prevent the breach of the peace, because you are.
How am I breaching the peace? Do you know what the threshold is for breach of the peace?
You already have enough footage, so I'm asking you to leave.
Okay.
You're creating these officers aren't able to get on with their policing duties.
The conversation becomes more personal when the inspector mentions that her own car is parked there and asks the auditor, as a private person, not to film her personal space. However, this is an official police parking lot that can clearly be seen from public areas. Normally, personal privacy claims do not apply to places openly visible to the public. The auditor points this out calmly. Even though she says she feels uncomfortable with her vehicle being filmed, Her comments actually bring extra attention to it. She then warns that he could be removed to prevent a breach of the peace. But that power is usually meant for situations involving an immediate risk of violence or disorder, not for stopping legal filming simply because someone feels uncomfortable.
Individuals, as I was, getting on with a matter that's of concern to the community, and I've got an individual on police premises filming not only the police cars coming and going, but officers arriving for duty and leaving again. That causes me a concern.
So you're working on conjecture there, because I have specifically said that that is not my intention.
I've said to you, you're causing me a concern, so I'd like you to leave.
Well, you're concerned. Do you police by your feelings in this country, or do you police by what the law is?
I'd like you to leave.
Do you police by what? Do you police by what the law is, or do you police by...
the officers to take you away, because you are not...
Am I in a public place?
There are officers having private conversations about cases in the backyard of the police station.
Well, they shouldn't be having that conversation in that sort of place.
But you shouldn't be there within the scope of being able to film them.
Do you know, you can film anything you can see from a public place in the UK.
Okay.
Is this a public place?
This is a public place.
There you go, so if I can film it...
Let me put it a different way. If you stand at the end of my driveway at home, which is a public place, repairable at public expense, and you film into my window, is that acceptable?
Is this your home? Do you live here? Do you sleep here?
But these are private premises. Beyond this line here, you are filming from a public into a private space. Is that permitted?
Yeah.
When the auditor repeats that he is standing on public land, the inspector uses a common comparison. She asks what if someone stood outside her driveway and filmed through her window. But that example is very different. Filming a private home can involve real privacy concerns, while this situation involves a police workplace, not a residence. The auditor responds directly by asking, "Do you live here?" His question highlights the important difference between a private home and a public-facing government facility. The inspector then says, "This is private property. You're filming from public into private." While the property may privately belong to the police, anything clearly visible from a lawful public area can usually still be filmed. Her driveway example changes the discussion from a legal issue into a personal discomfort issue, making a simple point seem more confusing. In general, if something can openly be seen from public space, filming it is normally allowed.
Absolutely not.
Of course it is.
So you can stand on my road and film me in my home, can you?
If your curtains are open, then legally, yes, I can.
So
if I continue to do it repeatedly, then you could potentially take action about harassment. But at this point, I've been here once only, to come and get some footage that I want to.
Footage for a couple of minutes and then you can leave.
No, you don't put a time. You don't put a time limit on my rights.
I do put a time limit on you, and I'm telling you.
Do you know what Article 10 is of the Human Rights Act?
You are causing me personally harassment and alarm by filming here.
Go talk to Lord Justice Bean about it. The police have a much higher threshold.
To leave and then you're going to go.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Arrest me?
Yes,
you're going to arrest me. You'll be hearing from my solicitors and you'll be having a civil suit on your hands. Arrest me for what are you going to arrest me for?
You are causing a nuisance.
What are you going to arrest me for?
Either public nuisance or harassment.
Public nuisance?
Yes.
So under the new legislation that came with public...
So you've got your opportunity to film. So I'd like you to not film or certainly delete anything that has details of my personal vehicle or that of any other police officers there, and then I want you to go. All right?
You don't put a time limit on my rights.
From getting on with
No, I'm exercising my rights here, and you don't put a time limit on that, Inspector. Inspector what? Blackwell? Thank you.
No, are you all right with me?
Yeah, see, I'm obviously not that much of a concern because you're allowing them to go about their business, yet you're threatening to arrest me. Tyrants here at Stamford.
As the discussion comes to an end, the inspector gives the auditor a final warning, saying he has 2 minutes to leave. When he stays where he is, she threatens him with arrest for public nuisance. But public nuisance has a very specific legal meaning. Since 2022, it mainly applies to situations causing serious harm or danger to the public. Simply standing in a lawful public place with a camera does not fit that definition. The threat seems more like intimidation than proper law enforcement. Later, Chief Inspector John Shield defends Inspector Blackwell's right to question the auditor. However, he does not address how she went beyond simple questioning by making unsupported claims, arguing personal space, threatening arrest, and treating lawful filming as if it were a breach of the peace. He admits the auditor was not always on police property, but argues that filming nearby could still make people worried. But feeling uncomfortable is not enough legal reason to take action unless there is real suspicion of wrongdoing. Shield ignores this issue and insists Blackwell did nothing unprofessional. Yet professionalism means using the law correctly, avoiding unsupported threats, and keeping personal feelings separate from official authority. By those standards, her actions did not meet expectations. Even with video evidence showing the mistakes, Shield still supports her. It gives the impression of an internal review more focused on protecting the officer than holding anyone accountable. The footage speaks for itself. Many would see this as an abuse of authority, and the response from senior officers only strengthens the belief that the system rarely criticizes its own members.